Hi there, welcome to Module 2. I want to take just a few moments to get you introduced to our new module. Before I talk about any of the content, I would like to encourage you to take a moment, maybe even now, click pause on this video and go over to the grades area and check out your grades. Take a peek and see if I've left you any comments in response to any of your assignments. And if I have, and if you didn't know they were there, that means you need to adjust your Canvas notifications to be sure you're notified when I leave you comments in the grades area. Canvas gives you lots of options for notifications. You can have them sent to your phone via text message, or if you have the Canvas app on your phone, you can set up push notifications on your phone just like a regular app. So check that out. Also, toggle on over to the inbox in Canvas. If you're on a computer, that link is all the way over on the left side in the far left column. If you're on your phone in the app, there should be an inbox button at the bottom of your screen. And see if I've sent you any messages. Most of you have been wonderful about replying to me, but I just want to be sure that we are in sync. So that's that. The grades area is really important, and you should always be staying on top of your assignments, checking your scores every week. And if something looks off, you need to write to me and let me know. I am human and I can make mistakes, okay? All right, so moving forward, we are now moving into our second content module, which is exciting. You now have the first one under your belt. You understand how to use VoiceThread. We've done a little bit of critical analysis around the notion of the role and meaning of photography. I hope you enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed your comments and your contributions in the discussion last week. You also took your first quiz, so I hope you feel good about that. If you don't, this is an opportunity to build upon it. Remember that study guide is so important to you. So if you learned that lesson last week, no big deal. Just build upon that and do better this week, okay? So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of what we're going to be talking about this week. So in Module 2, we're building upon that foundational knowledge that you acquired in Module 1 about the camera obscura and some of those kind of pre-photographic inventions. And it's in Module 2 where we're really going to get our arms around what is remembered anyway as the true invention of photography. But I am hoping to really complicate this notion of invention for you, to recognize that, inventions don't just come out of the blue. They are things that occur based upon the influences of lots of other inventions and lots of people. There's usually one person remembered for an invention. That's not the way the world works. So pay attention to that, and you're going to learn more about that this week with some of the processes and key figures that you'll be considering. So what are we going to be looking at in terms of your real world connections this week? A lot of people say that photography teaches you to see the world differently. Sometimes that's applied to the act of taking pictures, but what I want you to understand is that just looking at photographs, like really slowing down and looking at photographs, will teach you to see the world differently. It will give you what's called visual literacy, which is a hugely needed skill in our digital society. So we're going to get started with that concept this week. You already got started on it last week, but we're going to build upon it this week by looking at a single photograph and really picking it apart and making comments about what you see and trying to make connections about what the visual clues that you see could potentially mean. So that will be hopefully interesting, and we'll be doing that in VoiceThread, okay? And then with regards to our historical processes and key figures, this is what we learned about last week in Module 1, and so we're going to build upon that this week and add in a few additional processes, the heliogram, the daguerreotype, and the calotype. You'll see that the daguerreotype and calotype are often kind of remembered as these two really pivotal photographic processes. So this week, what you're going to do is understand why that was. And this chart that you'll see in your study guide is going to be really important. I want you, as you go through the reading and watch the videos in this module, have this chart nearby and take some notes in response to some of the questions that I've added there for you. It'll really kind of guide you towards the things that I want you to be taking away from these two processes, actually three processes. Okay, so that's it, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm here for you if you need me, and I'll see you online.